Politics now, and the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is set to start its race to elect new provincial leaders next month. That's according to a recent news report on IOL. The report says a leaked letter indicates that the province's 9th conference will be held in July. Let's hear now from ANC KwaZulu-Natal provincial spokesperson Nhlakanipho Ntombela. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us, Mr. Ntombela. So just confirmation from your side, all systems go in trying to get you to conference in July. What does the road between now and July look like?
Well, thank you for the opportunity to assist. We had 5 regional conferences we have finished. We've got 6 more outstanding now regional conferences, which would finish by the end of March. Then from beginning of April till mid-June, we are proceeding with PGMs for the provincial conference, which is scheduled for the 15th to the 17th of July. So we believe that everything is on track. All our structures are ready for this provincial conference.
So it's one thing to be ready and on track in as far as the calendar is concerned and the logistics, I suppose. It's quite another to be ready politically. What kind of an ANC does this process find, and what's the likely impact of these processes? As you and I know, that processes towards these elective conferences can be quite contentious.
The fortunate part, if you would have followed the sequence of the event in KZN, there have never been any issues of disturbance or any challenges regarding the processes for the provincial conferences. Hence, I'm mentioning that the 5 we have held so far, they were held without any incident, either of disruption or violence. In fact, 3, if not 4 of those conferences, they were not contested. So it tells you that the situation in the province, it is not as what many people think or assume. Although there might be instances here and now and then of sporadic incident, but as it stands, the political processes of the organization, they have not had any challenges. So we believe that we are more than ready. In fact, what delayed us was the issues at the head office. Remember the issues of the staff and their boycotting their work. It delayed the processing in some of the reports. If the reports were processed in time, Lower South Coast, Mzala Ngumalori, Zululand would have gone to conference even by the end of February. But unfortunately, because of the strike at the head office, those matters were delayed, which were matters beyond our control as a province.
You'll forgive us, Nhlakanipho Ntombela, for being skeptical about, your claims of unity. We've been here and have been watching over the years. For instance, the difficulties that you see from time to time in eThekwini, for example. Who can forget those branches that used to march almost very frequently to your offices from time to time? All of those difficulties are part of what, and I'm not saying that they are the sum total of what the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is all about, but I'm saying that this is part of the background and backdrop that leads people to wonder just how united you are.
It is a conference because there will be a contestation of ideas. There will also be a contestation of positions, which is a normal process in the ANC. So it should not surprise people that in KZN there will be that contest and different views of opinion. But the environment as it is within the organizational structures, as I'm saying now, the experience of the 5 conferences, there was normality, there was no disruption, there were no threat of disrupting those conferences. They went very well. In the same situation, as I'm speaking to you now, we're at Kuala region, we're interacting with the branches there, they are more than ready. We're meeting with the RSC now in an hour or so to give them our report and our assessment on their state of readiness. It tells you that our structures indeed are ready. More than so, our structures realize the outcome of 2021 and their impact on the organization and what we need to do to turn around the corner so that come 2024, we're more than ready for those elections. We can close the gaps or the loopholes they've identified in the last elections of local government.
I imagine you're also putting out guidelines to the branches well in advance, I suppose, before you get to the branch general meetings, which will then start the processes in earnest of preparing for conference, including making nominations. And I see a lot of names being bandied about. I saw the name of Zweli Mkhize being thrown in there. I saw the name of Nomusa Dube-Ncube being mentioned. I saw with the reporting of Daily Maverick saying that Zigalala is not being included in any of these slates towards conference. And these are, of course, preliminary, because you will tell me, I know, that nominations have not started. What guidelines are you giving to the branches around the quality of people that need to be serving in leadership?
The first guideline we have given to the branches is that right now we're preparing for the regional conferences. So if you hear a region saying that we want Nhlakanipo to be the chair of the region, there will be nothing contrary to the ANC policy thereof. The process for the provincial conference will only commence from the 9th of April. Only from that period can you be saying with authority that at this branch or this region, this is our view. Those who speak of the national conference at this stage, they are hallucinating on their own issues. That process will only start after the provincial conference, once the NEC has finalized the guidelines and the timelines for the national conference after the policy conference in July.
And Nhlakanipo, the what we in the media would call kingmaker status of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, that's gone, is it not?
Well, it is not a status you earn. It is a status because of your conduct and your responsibility and how you service your structures. It determines that. So no one can claim that status within the ANC.
All right. I've got to thank you for your time and for indulging and engaging me. That's Nhlakanipo Ntombela. He speaks on behalf of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, telling us about the processes that are about to start rolling out in terms of preparing for their next conference, elective provincial conference, which they aim to hold in July in this crucial elective year in as far as the ANC is concerned.